How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another FIFA 20 video. In today's episode, we're going to be doing kind of a market watch video. We're going to be going over the icon refresh that's supposed to come out, or whatever the icon thing is coming out. We're going to go over Serie A team this season with a few investments here and there. We're going to be doing a market watch on the Bundesliga team this season, some of the Liga TOTS prices that came out yesterday, as well as we're going to talk about some of the future SBCs. So I highly recommend that you guys watch the whole video. I know it's going to be a little bit longer, but I have a ton of investments and trading techniques that I'm going to be explaining throughout this video. So please bear with me and stay till the end. If you guys do enjoy it, please drop a like. It helps out a lot. So let's get right into it. We're going to start talking about the icon refresh, icon whatever. So there's been an update in the code, just kind of going around icons. Basically, there was a tweet that came out today and it was talking about how FIFA Mobile got an icon refresh. Again, I'm not entirely sure what EA is going to bring, but basically what happened during that icon refresh on FIFA Mobile was basically there were SBCs that came out for the prime icons that were in the game. I believe if you guys check out the tweet, it talked about Maldini and just a whole list of icons that had SBCs that people could do. Obviously, we don't know if EA will bring this in, but we saw, a little leak on the loading screen about potentially, an icon SBC coming out. However, if we are to get some kind of prime icon, SBC upgrade, maybe they release it early, or maybe we do have prime prime icon SBCs with different players like we had last year. Honestly, I'm not entirely sure. However, there are investments that we can make no matter what happens, and that'll be our high rated fodder. Personally, anything from 86 to 89 rated I think will be required in whatever we get for icons. I think there'll be a lot of hype around it too, which makes it a very good investment. So our usual guys like Laporte and those guys who have good leagues, good nations, higher rated cards, your PKs, your Laportes, you know what I'm talking about. Those cards will probably rise when we do get this icon thing. It's been rumored to come out tomorrow on Wednesday, so whatever it is, we will be seeing it tomorrow, as that is what some of the leakers on Twitter have said. Again, I'm not entirely sure, but I'm hoping it'll be something that will rise that fodder market. And again, like I said, you can't go wrong with those kind of fodders. Worst case scenario, you buy those fodders, no icon thing comes out that requires them. They'll likely be required for whatever team of the season stuff comes out later this week too, like the Bundesliga guaranteed team of the season pack. We talked about it, a few videos ago, and we're gonna, move on to it now. Just look to buy, your high rated fodder for that too. I'm gonna guess it's gonna be like La Liga, 87 rated squad, one team of the season that will be required. Or that Bundesliga team of the season so far guaranteed player. Again, you can't really go wrong with some of the guys we recommended. We recommended Neuer, Royce, Hummels, those kind of guys. Again, those higher rated gold cards. A few are out of packs too, so they probably rose up pretty decently. Taking a look at Hummels, for example, we shouted him out last week to pick up, and I'm sure he's actually at a fairly decent price. If I can get to the gold. Fairly decent price, yeah. I mean, he was under 30k that you could have grabbed him for. You probably could have got him for 25k when it said so. Looks like right now he's 30k, and that's with no demand. So once we do get that icon SBC, like I said, or not icon SBC, once we get that team of the season guaranteed pack, obviously we'll probably see this card inflate up to 35, 36k, and you'll be able to take your profit, probably 10k a card. Very easy shout. And if you guys want to invest in them now, just look to set a sniping filter. You can always set it for what do we got? What's his actual lowest? 29k is his lowest card right now. Look to set it for 26k, and honestly, anything under that you'll be able to make profit on in a week after. Just keep sniping like this, and you'll probably see some pop up. But if not, obviously you can look to do this with other cards like Neuer, who is still in packs. So he will be a little bit lower, but once he's needed for those SBCs, it'll be an easy pickup. Next up, we're going to talk about Serie A. Serie A team of the season is expected to come, and if it doesn't, these cards you pick up today or tomorrow or Thursday, you'll be able to sell them off next week. I don't want to go too in depth because I will be doing a separate Serie A video coming out tomorrow. But a few guys I do like for Serie A team this season, Dybala. Dybala's gold is really, really low. He's like, you can get him for under 30k. At 88 rated, that's pretty good. We just saw Hummels was 30k at 87 rated. So 88 rated, Dybala, he can go up to, maybe like 35, 40k. Acerbi is one that I actually like too, because I think he's going to squeeze into the team. In 83 rated, we've seen some low rated SBCs required. So, if you can pick this card up for around 2k, he probably is right now. Wait till the weekend during lightning rounds. You can probably pick this card up for, pretty decent. What's his lowest? It's probably 3k. He is up a little bit. So you're going to have to wait for lightning rounds to pick up. Again, we shouted out this stuff on my Twitter like a few days ago too. So you're already looking at profit like that. Also, special cards. I myself actually invested in a Mertens Shapeshifter. Reason being is these special cards that are, out of packs, they tend to go up a lot with link investments here. So if we switch Mertens here, I bought one for 105k. The lowest I believe I saw before this video was 115. And as you can see, there's just really not too many, on the market. The reason being is he's just, he's been in the game for a while. And I like this with a lot of the older promo cards like Team of the Group Stage, Team of the Year nominees, Scream cards. Those ones that have pretty good links to, other teams, they rise up a lot more because there's no supply in the market. An example would be Virgil van Dijk's Team of the Year nominee card that we have here. This card is off the market. It literally fluctuates like 100 to 150k a week. Like, I bought one for 300k recently. The other day he was like 450. They just fluctuate so much. So definitely take a look at some of those cards, some of those older promo cards. Team of the Group Stage, even Road to the Final cards now. They've been in the game for a long time. They're not really needed. You can look to probably pick up a few and, watch them fluctuate, especially those ones that link good with Serie A, League 1 coming out very soon. So now I want to quickly take a look at some of the Bundesliga prices here. As you guys know, obviously, Alfonso Davies was one that was probably the most talked about. And the reason being is Teles actually did something very similar to what he did actually yesterday. When a card like this is extinct for so long, like this card was extinct for like a day and a half or whatever it was, you have to understand that there's going to be a lot of panic selling with so much supply. But there's a reason why he was extinct, and it's because he had that much demand. So this card, for example, he was extinct at 490, 550, whatever his price range was. He dropped down like 330k after the initial price change, and then you could just pick him up for 330k, and he went back up to 400k. The same thing happened with Teles last night too. Teles, he was extinct for not as long, obviously. He was extinct for a few hours, and he actually dropped down to literally the same thing. He was like 330 last night. Picked him up, and you could have sold them for like 410k today. Like it was a really good flip. And the same thing can happen with all those other team of the season cards. Those overnight flips with demand and stuff coming in. You just want to pick up when there's a lot of supply and not a lot of demand. And then when there's a lot of demand and there's no more supply coming in, obviously these cards sell. We've seen it with the 4 a.m. flips. We've seen it with, even yesterday with the Teles flips, the Alfonso Davies flips. You just have to be active on the market, and you need to ask yourself, is there supply coming in and is there demand for this card? Obviously with Teles, there's going to be a lot of demand for his card because he's a Brazilian left back and stats are really good. I mean, taking a look at the card, 96 pace, 94 defending, it's a ridiculous card. Absolutely great stats for a left back. So it was obvious that he was going to, rise up a little bit after, his initial drop from the price range. So what are we expecting to come for the rest of the week? Obviously, we're going to be seeing another upgrade SBC. Yesterday's player picks one wasn't really that ideal, honestly. I mean, taking a look at it, it was kind of trash, the player pick one with 80 plus overall. Not a lot of people did it, which saw, fodder not rise too much, which is why I always recommend, selling the hype, obviously. If you see the profit, just take it, because you never know if EA will, release something that won't be as hyped up. Obviously, we're going to get 25k packs, so pick up some, rare golds for under 1K. You should be able to sell them for like 1.5K later on in the week. Bundesliga, again, is one of those, we're getting to one of those times where a lot of people start to pick up these cards. There's a really good demand for them. The reason being, obviously, is because we get red picks and we have the guaranteed pack. So a lot of people also bang out those 25K upgrade packs, which sees literally the entire market rise up. Links, fodder, everything, it should rise up then. And then obviously Serie A team of the season will be coming out on Friday, or League One, whatever one is chosen. I think it's going to be Serie A. A lot of people are predicting that too. But we'll obviously have to wait and see, because obviously Bundesliga and La Liga got switched around. So, like I said, we'll have to wait and see. If you guys enjoyed this video, please drop a like on it and make sure you guys are subscribed. Tomorrow we're going to be going over an entire Serie A investment guide, and then obviously we'll, go over whatever comes the coming days. So again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.